Hari Om, Bhaja Govindam, verse 9, continuation. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmogatvam, Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmogatvam, Nirmogatve Nischalatatvam, Nirmogatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivan Muktige, Nischalatatve Jivan Muktige. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Yesterday we saw Satsang means company of devotees of Govinda. If you attach yourself with the devotees of Govinda, Satsang, then that will take you to the state of Jivan Mukta. That is the interpretation. In my view, this verse can be looked at from another angle. If you are born as a human being, every human being will have good and bad characters. You cannot escape. Nobody can say, except a Jivan Mukta, that he is faultless or blemishless. Good and bad characters are there with everybody. How will you judge it that your association with devotees is good or bad? The same devotee who may be doing wonderful service to the Bhagavan in the daytime, he may be a worst scoundrel in the world during night. He may be looting money. He may be a womanizer or a cheat or an alcoholic. In fact, nowadays it has become a trend. Everybody wants to become a scholar. It has become a way of earning money. I will teach you Bhagavad Gita. I will teach you Upanishads. So you join the course. So that is also becoming a way of making money. So how will you know you are associated with a good people? Sometimes this also happens in this world. Suddenly good person turning into a bad person. Vali in Ramayana was a very good person. Suddenly he had a doubt on Sugriva. Immediately everything changed. Later off of his life, he's totally a bad person. Vibhishana was associated with Ravana, but he always remained a good person. So there are different permutations and combinations. Saint Tiruvallur also says, Gunam Nadi Kutramam Nadi, Avattul Migai Nadi Vikkakolal. He accepts the fact everyone, invariably, everyone in this world will have good and bad characters. That is why he says, Gunam Nadi Kutramam Nadi. You see what are his bad characters. See what are his good characters. Avattul Migai Nadi Vikkakolal. Then you see which is more. Good character is more or bad character is more. Then you make friendship with the person who has more good characters. But that is again a tough task. Normally, people do not show their bad qualities outside. When we get into the world, we all wear a mask and then get into the world. We want to show that we are such a very good person. Internally, we may not be. That is also a difficult task. Swami Vivekananda says, those who come out in the daytime and preach most loudly about Achara, it is they who carry on the horrible debauchery at night. Again, I repeat, Swami Vivekananda says, those who come out in the daytime and preach most loudly about achara, it is they who carry on the horrible debauchery at night. He has said that. Hence, I think finding company of good people is very difficult, even if one spends his lifetime. Instead, what I feel is when Acharya says satsang, Sat is only Govinda. Except Govinda, all other things and beings, including you and me, are Asat. Everything is Asat. Govinda is Sat. What is definition of Sat? Sat is the one which was there yesterday, which is there today, and which will be there tomorrow. In all the three times, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, it should be there. Sat is always unborn. Govinda will only fit into this definition and none else. You and I are there today. Tomorrow we may not be there. 60 years back I was not there. So, Sat means only Govinda. When you attach your mind with Govinda, then what happens? So, Sat Sang. You attach yourself with the Sat, that is Govinda, then what happens? Again, Thiruvalluvar says, Patruga Patratran Patrinai, Appatrai Patruga Patruvidarku. Again, a wonderful verse. Patruga Patratran Patrinai. Go and hold on to one, the one who has no attachment with anything. Patratran Patrinai. He has no attachment with anything. Govinda is the only person. Only, I cannot say person. Govinda is a God who has no attachment with anything. Patruga Patratran Patrinai. Why I should hold on to him? Appatrai Patruga Patruvidarku. If you want to get detached yourself from all the worldly attachments, you go and attach yourself with that one who has no attachment with anything. So, why I should get attached to the one who has no attachment? Why I should not get attached to the worldly attachments? Again, Thiruvalluvar says, Yadanin Yadanin Ningiyan Nodal Adanin Adanin Ilal. From whatever object you have detached yourself, from that object or that being, you have no sorrows. Whatever object you are detached yourself, you have detached yourself, the sorrows will not come from that object. From that object. Yadanin Ningiyan. Nodal Adanin Ilal. So sorrows will be completely removed from that object. Whatever object, if you remove yourself, detach yourself. So, then, if you deeply look into it, it is the nature of the mind that when it loves something, it is to the exclusion of all the other things. The examples are a scientist in the lab, an artist who is painting, or a great poet like Mahakavi Bharati. When they attach with themselves, with their work, they lose their attachment with the world of objects and beings. Whatever happens to them, they are not bothered. They may not have had food for several days. They may not have taken even bath. Because they don't know. They forget themselves. Similarly, if one attaches with Govinda, when one gets immersed in the love of Govinda, naturally, his attachment with the world of objects and beings will get disconnected, detached. That is Nissangatva. Satsangatve Nisangatvam. Because I have love for Govinda. When I love Govinda, I only love him, nothing else. Everything, every attachment goes on its own. Nisangatvam, Nisangatve, Nirmogatvam. What is Moga? Moga is delusion. We believe this world is real. Acharya says this world itself is a delusion. Acharya is not saying this world is false. We have to note this point very carefully. He is not saying this world is false, but it appears to be real. Like the gold color paper due to sunlight appears to be a glittering gold, real gold. The rope appearing to be a snake in the night, or the mirage, that is the due to the heat, the water will be appearing on the road. The world appears to be real. We think God is sitting somewhere, and the world of objects and beings are different from God. Creator is the creation. Even after creation, Govinda remains as a whole. The world appears differently because of our ego. When sun's rays go through the prism, BHAJA appears. But if the prism is removed, then you understand that it is the same sun's rays which appeared colorfully as BHAJA. More the ego, more the distance from Govinda. When the mind gets attached to Govinda, naturally the ego evaporates, vanishes, which means the prism of ego is removed. We understand that this world consists of the world consisting of all things and beings. It is the same sun's rays. The delusion that the world of objects and beings and Govinda is different disappears because ego prism has been removed. The more you attach with ego, the more you attach with Govinda, your ego gets vanished. So delusion is gone. Nisangatve nirmogatvam nirmogatve nischalatatvam. Even if the delusion is gone, there is a doubt lingering in the mind on Tattvam. Tattvam, according to me, is Tattvam Asi. That is the Tattvam. But if the Acharya says Tattvam Asi or Aham Brahmasmi, there is a doubt. Sir, I am a worst scoundrel. You don't know. The world may not know. But I know. The moment you come into Bhagavad Gita or BHAJA GOVINDAM, you will analyze yourself. Nobody needs to certify. Even if you have achieved the highest perfection, nobody can give a certificate. You have to analyze yourself. Because I know I am a scoundrel. How can I be God or equated with God? This lingering doubt goes on in the mind. This doubt comes to all. No, God is different, I am different. Even if you have attained the highest state, no, he is different, I am different. Doubt is there. Some people dress up like God as if their doubt is completely removed. Immediately what they do, Aham Brahmasmi means, okay. Then some people in Delhi or Chennai, they dress up like Rama, Krishna, Hanumanji, and they go on the road and beg for money. So some saints, they also do this. But the thing is, one has to realize the truth that I am not this body. I am the Atma. The Atma in me is the Paramatma. This lingering doubt that how can I be Paramatma will then be removed. Why? Because you know the sun's ray is getting distracted through the prism only appeared as a BHAJA. I am also part of that color, one of those colors. So when the ego is gone, the same sun's ray and this entire thing is the same sun's rays. So there is no doubt whether I am Agam Brahmasmi or not. I am different or God is different. That is also removed. Once that is removed, naturally the person in this Janma itself becomes a Jivan Mukta. All his actions in this world are his actions. Capital H, capital I, capital S. Govinda's actions. Whether good or bad, there is no good or bad action actually. But it appears to be good or bad for us. And the results of action will not get attached to him. That is what I think another interpretation that could be given for this verse. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate, Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmogatvam, Nirmogatve Nischalatatvam, Nirmogatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivan Mukti, Nischalatatve Jivan Mukti. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudamate. Next verse we will see tomorrow. Harihom Sarvam Krishnarpanamastu. Hara Hara Shankara Jaya Jaya Shankara. 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 Hara Hara Shankara Jaya Jaya Shankara.